Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of Grey Man's Profits for the advanced learners. And today we're going to be deep diving how quants predict market crashes. How do they do this? Well, they create a jump diffusion model. Let's do a deep dive. So 9 times out of 10, if you were to monitor how the stock market wants to move in the foreseeable future, you would use the Brownian motion equation, which basically just monitors, okay, what's the usual process and the trajectory. The only problem is this system is flawed, or more importantly, limited. How is it limited? Well, unfortunately, it can't predict the unpredictable. So it can't predict bankruptcy, defaults, or even flash crashes. So how do we get around this? We use something called the Poisson Process. So what is the Poisson Process? Basically, it's the calculation over time and the compounding factor of, okay, what is the probability of a deviation? The deviation being a crash. So, in a slice of time, it is represented in the equation as this. If nothing happens in one momentary moment in time, that means that it is represented as 1 minus lambda dt. And if something does happen, it is represented as lambda dt, creating the deviation. What is lambda? So lambda is the relative intensity of a crash. Wondering, okay, what's the probability of it and how large will it be? And it compounds depending on how far back the last crash was. So, what do we do with this information? Well, lucky for you guys, some brilliant scientists and brilliant mathematicians have come up with this equation. It's called the Poisson Distribution Model. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the equation with you because I have to keep this video under 3 minutes. But this is what it looks like. Meaning that x is time, lambda is the relative intensity of a crash, E is a constant, and this represents n in the limitations. So, if you were to put this into your computer and graph it, that would be beneficial. The reason this is important is because these two equations, the Poisson process or the Poisson distribution model and the Brownian motion equation, work together. So if you were to graph them both in tandem as together, the point where they intersect creates a deviation or a tangent to the actual line. And this is where it would indicate this is a larger crash. Why is this useful? Because it was used to mark out, okay, when the Great Depression was going to start, where Black Monday was going to happen, and even the crash of 2008. It predicted it all. So if you want to implement it into your trading or just see when the next crash is coming, go for it. Hope you have a lovely evening, and once again, be the Grey Man.